My wife told me she was pregnant, but I can't be the father because I'm infertile. I'm 38, my wife is 33, and we've been married for 2 years. We dated for 3 years before that. She wanted to get married more than I did, and I agreed in order to make her happy. About a year ago, we started trying to have a baby again at my wife's insistence. We tried hard, but nothing worked. The situation affected my mental health so badly that I decided to get medical tests done. While we were trying to conceive, my wife became quite cruel toward me. I tried to cope with her behavior, but it eventually became unbearable. A few days after the test, the doctors told me I was infertile. Honestly, it broke my heart. Even though the idea of having a child hadn't originally been mine, I had already started imagining myself as a father and truly wanted to be one. Finding out that I would never be able to become a dad was, at that moment, the worst news of my life. But what came next was even worse. I tried to work up the courage to tell my wife that I was the reason we couldn't conceive, but I was terrified of her reaction. She was already treating me harshly, and I couldn't imagine how she would react to learning that what she wanted most would likely never happen with me. So I waited a few days after getting the test results to tell her, but in the end, she surprised me first. 4 days after I learned I was infertile, she sat me down and said she had some really important news. I was extremely scared, thinking she had somehow found out about my infertility. But no, she told me she was finally pregnant. I was completely shocked by what she was saying, but fortunately, she didn't know what I was really feeling and almost immediately started celebrating. I tried to share her happiness so she wouldn't suspect anything. The very next day, I went back for more tests to make absolutely sure that I was completely infertile. Once again, I got the same results. I was completely lost. If I wasn't the father, then my wife had definitely cheated on me. The medical procedures required for artificial insemination were very expensive, and since I was the only one working in our family, there was no way she could have done that without asking me for money. That meant she had clearly been unfaithful. I didn't even tell my family what was going on and kept everything to myself because it was far too personal to share with anyone. I also couldn't confront my wife about my suspicions. First, too much time had already passed, and second, I wanted to find out who the real father of her child was. If I had cornered her right away, she could have simply left and I would never have known the truth. Fortunately, I found